You don't have a useless degree. I have a useless degree. In fact, I have like the world's most useless degree. When I graduated, I didn't really have a chance to get my degree framed, and I wanted to get it done nicely, not just like get a Walmart frame. So obviously, I put it away somewhere for safekeeping. My degree came in this folder. Anyway, on top of my degree being a fine arts degree, this is what it looks like now. This shit's completely useless.
Why would you even go to school for that long and get a fine arts degree? What is wrong with your brain? Who does that? Do you even look at what jobs you can get before you choose a major? Do you look on Indeed, LinkedIn? Hey, ChatGPT, what jobs can I get with a fine arts degree? You can only blame yourself for that one. You can only blame yourself for that one.
Degree from UCLA is practically useless to me, and I'm sure you're wondering, Sophia, how come? You just got that thing. And I'll tell you how come. So I graduated from UCLA in June with a bachelor's in psychology, and practically all of my internship and work experience was in marketing, because that's what I thought I was going to do with my life after I graduated college. But then 2 months out of college, I had this sobering realization that that was actually not what I wanted to do with my life anymore. And then of course I was very panicked by that realization, because what was I going to do with my life now, after everything I had done to set myself onto the right track? And so after some soul searching, I found something new. It was an industry that I didn't realize existed until that moment, but it felt like it had everything I was looking for. The problem is, this is not an easy industry to get into, and generally one of the main requirements to even get into it is to have a degree related to that industry. And that I do not have. Yeah, unfortunately, psychology is nowhere near that. I also evidently don't have any relevant work experience. So here I am, a college graduate trying to navigate a career change before their career has even started, and somehow get their foot into the door with no prior education or experience to back me.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Definitely for sure. You definitely can get nothing with a psychology degree. Psychology degree is just a filler, just saying that, hey, I have a degree. I know some people use a psychology degree to get into med school or PA school or any type of extended schooling. But you can definitely get into a career without a degree this day and age. With technology at our fingertips, you can do basically anything. You have the internet that can teach you anything. You have all these courses that you can take. It really just comes down to what you do, like the actions that you do. As long as you can put forth the action to do what you have to do to get to that career, get that job, get those qualifications. It may take some time. It may be a grind, but you got to think college is a grind. That's a 4-year grind. A lot of times, if you learn a new skill right now, currently, you can take a year, 18 months, and know at least like an entry level scope of the skill to be able to hit the ground running. It just really depends on what you want to do now.
I'm basically starting from nothing and trying to turn that into something. I could have never anticipated this for myself when I graduated college, but here we are. It's not going to be easy, but I'd rather do it now than years down the line.
What did you graduate with? What was your degree?
Elementary education.
Why aren't you teaching?
I don't like school.
Why?
I don't think it's useful. I don't think it was necessary.
What, school?
The tactics, the classroom style.
Then why not try to get into like a charter or private school that might align with your teaching style and what you think a classroom should be? Not that I would want you to teach a kid, but okay.
I just don't like it.
And these are the teachers. A lot of these teachers are like this. These are the teachers that are teaching our kids right now. Like, they thought being a teacher would be so fulfilling and then they find out that they hate kids. Like, they don't even want to be around y'all little snotty kids. So they quit or they give up. They walk in, they do the bare minimum of what they got to do. And good luck trying to find some help. I'm not saying it's like this for all the teachers, but the ones out here where I'm at, it's not the best for sure.
Why'd you get the degree?
To get a degree.
To get a degree? Why didn't you get more general degree, or just like a business degree in marketing?
It was the fastest degree out of college.
That's all you cared about?
Man,
Software engineering is not what it used to be. 4 or 5 years ago, when your great aunt asked you what you were going to major in college, and you said software engineering, and she replied, "Oh, you'll always have a job with that major." My husband helps a lot of recent college grads land roles in tech, and what he's seeing over and over again is engineering students transitioning to something like tech sales. Reason being, a lot of college programs for engineering are not as rigorous as they used to be, which means that grads are graduating without the competency to excel in an entry-level software engineering job. On top of that, a lot of their work is getting automated by AI. And then what he actually sees most commonly is people come to terms with the reality that being a software engineer is long 10-hour days, minimal human involvement, fixing back-end code in some companies' security software.
you know, as a software engineer myself, I did not go get a degree. I went to school for 2 years, and then I learned how to code through YouTube. Free education through different YouTube channels. And I learned in a year and a half. I started applying a job. That's when it was in a sweet era. 2019, it was so sweet to get a software engineering job. The only thing you needed was a portfolio of some projects, of something that you learn, but it has to be something that relates to that company. So if you apply for an e-commerce store, if you had like some type of built e-commerce store with some basic stuff, it can be real basic. Or if you took a course and they covered an e-commerce store and you did that project or that tutorial, you slapped it on your portfolio, you had that as a project, and you was able to actually have a conversation about what you were doing inside of it. So you had to know it, right? But if you paying attention in the course, you know it. And I did a couple interviews. Like, interviews would come like cake. Like, you will apply to a job. Well, I was applying a job on a Monday, and I was hearing back trying to get an interview on Tuesday, Wednesday. And by Friday, I know if I'm getting a job or not. It was that quick of a process. And she's not lying, though. You definitely get it. It is, sometimes it can be 10-hour days, but some days it can be 2-hour days. Some days you have no meetings and it's a 2-hour day because you done completed all your work. You done did everything you needed to do. Everybody on the team is good, so you can go do whatever you need to do, you know, and it ain't no, and it's not a problem. But yeah, she's not lying though. Small human involvement, you know, I kind of miss that sometimes. It definitely done made me an introvert. I'm a true introvert to the heart. So shout out my introverts.
If that's your jam,
And leave a like on the video.
that's awesome. Software engineering could be a great role for you. But if that sounds like your worst nightmare, then it might be time to pivot. What's cool is sales is a great way to get that human involvement, but then still have a foundation in tech, which for a lot of people, that's why they were interested in software to begin with.
I just graduated from community college with my dance degree.
A dance degree. Like, who are they parents? Where are they parents at? Who lets their child go to college and get a dance degree? A dance degree. You can learn dancing on YouTube for free. Like, go in your living room and turn YouTube on and search how to dance. You can dance all day for free. You gonna go to college for a dancing degree? They shouldn't even be offering this at college. Why are they offering dance, fine arts, and all this stuff at college? And they got data from decades of data that nobody gets a job with those damn degrees. Why are they allowed to do that to us? To even offer something so useless that it will make somebody pick or choose something like this. This is why I think going to the military, if you don't know what you want to do in life, shout out my vets, I'm an Army vet. If you don't know what you want to do in life, join the military. Just don't pick a dumb job in the military. You can do that too. I definitely got some experience on that. But pick a job that you can transfer from the military to the civilian life. Or just sitting in the military, for 20 years, and that's a guaranteed pension. That's guaranteed. Now, if you want to depend on something like that, that's something that you can do. But hey, man. Anyway, man, I'm gonna cut this video. Y'all stay tuned. If you made it this far, like the video, and I'll be back.